unbeaten teams taking a look at the Stanford lineup. No surprises in it. Anna Wilson stepped into that starting role earlier this season when Lacey Hull was hurt. She has held on to it. Of course, Fran Beliebe, number 5, one of the most exciting players in collegiate women's basketball this year, twice has thrown down a dunk. Wonderful to see one today, Mary.
She makes it fun, doesn't she?
She does make it a lot of fun. On the other side, this Arizona Wildcat team, certainly a lot of fun. When you see Kiana Williams on one side for Stanford and Ari McDonald on the other side, you know you're watching two of the best point guards, two elite point guards who you expect to see in the WNBA later on. Trinity Baptiste, a very important addition for the Wildcats, has really helped them with their rebounding, too, in the Pac-12.
And I'll take it a different direction. I think both these teams just happy to play, happy to get the opportunity to showcase and see what can happen.
Ball in the hands of Ari McDonald to start things off for the Wildcats.
Stanford starts in player to player. We expect to see that most of the ball game. Anna Wilson starts on McDonald.
Here's McDonald. Quick stop. No good, but Kate Reese gets another opportunity for the Wildcats.
She does such a great job of keeping possessions alive for the Wildcats.
Shot clock is at 10. Reese over the top. It's good for 2.
Now she is really comfortable from 15 to about 19.
Haley Jones, who told us about in the open, the sophomore from Santa Cruz, into Beliebe, doubled. Still works her way out of the double. No good, though. Defensive stop for Arizona.
Force of a shot, force turnovers. That's the key defensively for the Wildcats this afternoon.
Haley Jones all the way. Still no good. No second opportunity given. Baptiste does the job.
We don't expect McDonald to miss many of those. She is just the queen of the stop and pop. Beliebe on Reese.
Anna Wilson takes a shot. It's good for 3.
You talk about an area where a player has improved dramatically. That is Anna Wilson from 3. Shooting with confidence, coming down. It's okay to have the green light. One of the best three-point shooters on this team, and coming into this season, that's not something we would have said.
I mean, the perseverance from Anna Wilson throughout her career as it is. You know, I think we were talking earlier this season about, she had started 5 games throughout her collegiate career. Played limited minutes those first couple of years. Of course, had a concussion, I believe, early on, and has just kept with it. 5th year for her. Here's a foul.
Kiana Williams getting a lot of support handling the basketball. Haley Jones takes some pressure off of her. The foul, the drive, and you can see the push off. The thing about Kate Reese is she does fall down a lot. So when she doesn't have her feet together and she's not moving well, it's like she's on roller skates a little bit.
Doubled, swarmed, is Ari McDonald. We got 3 people on her at one point, so somebody's open. Gotta get that to him. Here's Ari McDonald with 6 seconds on the shot clock. It's good for 3.
Think about Ari McDonald. She can miss 10 straight shots, and she's gonna get it going at some point. She'll keep shooting. She's got supreme confidence in her abilities. Here's the matchup for me. Baptiste has got to have a huge game on both ends of the floor.
Kate Reese rebound. Baptiste with Haley Jones, to your point, something to keep an eye on. Another long ball. That time it's Sam Thomas unloading.
Sam Thomas, her three-pointer comes and goes at times, but again, a player who can really stop and pop, and they love early offense in Tucson.
Thomas comes out to help against Cameron Brink and runs right into her.
So in the early going, it's Arizona getting it going from distance. Doesn't use the screen, the step back. Such strength in those legs. And then the push ahead by McDonald. Nobody on Thomas. And she says, thank you very much.
For the number 22, Cameron Brink at the line, shooting 2.
All Tara Vanderveer very happy with Cameron Brink. She was fouled here by Sam Thomas. But Cameron Brink in her freshman year to be contributing the way she is for the #1 team. Mary, try to put it in perspective for us.
Well, I think the thing that is stunning is how impactful she is, but how efficient she is. You average 16 minutes a game, and you get 12 points and 7 rebounds. 3 of them are offensive. I mean, you talk about coming in and having a major impact.
Mary McDonald just changing direction yet and yet again.
And the block shot. I mean, Brink's coming back from a weekend in LA where she had 5 against USC and UCLA.
She certainly did it. The big difference, too, in that USC game, she fouled out after about 10 minutes of play. Tara Vanderveer telling her, I want you to be more aggressive without fouling. She corrected that, took the direction well for the UCLA game.
But, you know, some players foul out, and then you look at their stat line, and they haven't done much.
Yeah.
You look at her stat line, and you're like, I'm sorry you fouled out, but that's a heck of a stat line.
Sam Thomas, quick turnaround from the corner, baseline 3, her second of the game.
So when players have played together a long time like McDonald and Thomas, hey, I'm hot, give me the ball. I've made 1, let's see if I can make 2.
Cameron Brink, second effort. Persistent.
And that's problematic, Anne-Marie, because you force the miss on the 1. You can't allow Brink to get that second opportunity. But she does a great job of rebounding on the offensive end without fouling.
Here's Baptiste. All over her. Ball stripped away. Stanford possession now.
And that's just Lexi Hall defense. She just freelances, finds the ball, and gets after it.
Wilson rains down another 3.
Anna Wilson, for the season, shooting 42% from 3, and so far she is not hurting that percentage one bit.
Not at all. 2 for 2 already from deep. Here's Yaney. Going to meet Lexi Hull's defense here. McDonald, a little off the mark, battled around.
Wilson has her hands full guarding McDonald, but doing a nice job having energy on the offensive end as well.
Jones to Anna Wilson, is cutting across low. Sam Thomas was not recruited by another Pac-12 school. She only had offers from Arizona and Michigan. Megan P.
Time game for Arizona. Adia. What a job she's done. Had never been a head coach till she accepted the job here at her alma mater.
From the top. No good. Lacey Hull with the rebound. Brambalibi just moved right around the body of Lauren Ware.
Lauren Ware, volleyball player, basketball player, inside, outside, tremendous footwork. She could be a key to this game for Arizona.
Blocked. Ari McDonald going up. It's used to having a big body in front of her, but the extended roof of Cameron Brink.
And the steal. Cuello.
Thomas feeling it. Off the front of the iron, but Ware there for the rebound, taken down. A bunch of trees with her.
You know, it's fun sometimes to go back and read what all the recruiting experts say about a given recruit. And Lauren Ware, the experts say things like delivers in the paint, footwork, powers through defenders, finishes in traffic. These are words we don't hear a lot anymore when we talk about post players, because they're all outside shooting threes and putting the ball on the floor. So she's old school, but she can also step outside and deliver from 3. So she's going to be a big-time player for this program.
Shot clock at 10.
Looking high-low.
Belibi taking it herself off the glass.
And that's one of those situations. Can Baptiste handle Belibi? Can they shut down the interior game of Stanford?
Pellington And Wilson on top of her. Here's Puello. And it's those holes, I tell you, one on either side.
You have to put the ball on the floor and go somewhere against Stanford, especially against the holes. Fran turns and faces. She would not have made this move a year ago. The improvement in her footwork, the confidence in making those kind of moves, it's dramatic. Shot clock. 1. Shot got off in time, but it came up short. Fran wants it. There's a high low the other way. Yep. Kicks back out. Pull. The iron. What a strong pass from Belibi. Great job defensively. Forcing the pass, the kick out, and then chasing it down and going and getting it. Pellington, instant offense off the bench. Baptiste with Brink, Belibi, Hull coming with her, kicks it back out. Attitude from Brink, I love it. Tara talked a little bit about we've got to have an attitude, we've got to be aggressive. We can't be nice girls from Stanford. Well, that's what she said. She said, well, this is a very nice team. That's lovely to be around, but I want to see on the court that aggression, and Cameron Brink bringing it. 11-0 run by Stanford. Arizona, one of their last 8. They need a bucket. And Pellington again, just underneath Belibi and company, no second chance opportunity. Stepping out of bounds there was Lacey Hull, though, so it'll be Arizona basketball. And that's a break that Arizona needed. They needed a break in this momentum. Swing it, find the open player. That's right. That's Cameron Brink, like playing in like a wing player. If you remember what Lauren Jackson played like when she was with the Seattle Storm, Cameron Brink in that same mold, inside, outside, dominance. Arizona hasn't scored in 4.5 minutes. Looking to break it. Kate Reese is going to put it up. It's off the mark, well off the mark, doesn't hit anything. And then Belibi not allowing another opportunity. Stanford on the run. Kiana Williams has her hand up. Fouled on the way in. You really see the determination there by Lexi Hull. She puts the ball on the floor and just plows right through the interior transition defense. You can see McDonald trying to harass. Goes right by her. Little hang time, draw the contact. Yeah, the foul's on Puello. It was 11-5. And since that point, it's really been all Stanford. And Arizona's going to have to find some space and instead of trying to force it inside on those drives, because the size of Stanford really flexing its muscle right now. It sure is. So how does Arizona find that space? Because Erin McDonald trying to go through people like that is pretty tough when it's a Stanford Cardinal. Well, we talked about a little in the open that Erin McDonald just does an awesome job of drawing contact. In that, she reminds me of Kelsey Plum. Whenever Plum was in trouble, she could just find a way to just initiate, to draw, and find a way to get to the free throw line.
Hey, hold on.
These teams have been on such different journeys this season, and the season is so different for every team and every player. Arizona, 6 of their first 8 games have been here at McHale. They're very comfortable. They've been at home in Tucson most of this season. Stanford, 1 game at home, and they are just the perennial road team. Wow. They're the 1996 Olympic team where they just go from place to place. When we talked to Tara about it, she said, you know, at least we're not in Russia. Right. You know, at least it's not freezing. At least, you know, we're having some solid food and feeling good about that. So no complaints from Stanford. But they may not have a home game this year. They may be on the road the entire season. And that's a remarkable thing to think about, because we talk so much about home court advantage and practicing at home and getting yourself in a routine. And there is no routine for Stanford except getting tested every single morning. That's right. And we should say it's because of a county order in Santa Clara County that they have been on the road. That was handed down
November 28th, and December 2nd they hit the road. They had a 19-day road trip, then went back and stayed in a hotel over Christmas time, and then hit the road again. They arrived here last Sunday for this Friday's game in Arizona. They're going to do the similar thing when they go to the mountain schools and spend a lot of time in Utah. As Tara says, and she's told you, me, and everybody who will listen, flexible is our middle name. She just says it is what it is.
And Arizona doing a great job of surviving. No field goals in over 5 minutes, and they're only down 5 to the #1 team in the country. Ashton Prechtel on the floor.
Prechtel puts it up, knocks down the shot for Ashton Prechtel.
And this is what makes Stanford so tough. They bring in more size. What does Ashton do well? She facilitates well. She can knock down the three. She can knock down the elbow jumper as well. So a different look, but still size.
So when Cameron Brink goes out, you say, oh, good, oh, no.
Right, exactly.
6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pellington's got to get the shot up. Traveled around the world for it. It was in and out. A 7-point lead for Stanford at the end of the first quarter. Stanford, everybody's fine. It was just a COVID recheck. So at 6:30, you'll be able to see Cal and Arizona State as well. Download and stream it from Pac-12 now.
And that is 6:30 Mountain Time, so
yes,
adjust your
head
clock in your brain.
Thank you for that. Prechtel ended the first quarter with a nice shot. Here, took the first shot of the second quarter. Kiana Williams dropping it off, and here's Haley Jones.
One of the reasons that Arizona able to survive the scoring drought, they only had 2 turnovers.
Haley Jones getting that off just in time.
Time and situation.
So 2 turnovers, to your point. The other thing we're keeping an eye on, of course, is rebounds. Talked about it at the beginning. Just under 49 rebounds a game for Stanford. It's been a problem for Arizona, even though they're perfect in their record. They've only out-rebounded Pac-12 opponents twice this season.
Now the 6th-ranked Arizona Wildcats have had some close games in conference play. They beat UCLA by 3, USC by just 1, and at Colorado, and an amazing effort by the Buffs by 3 in a game that the Buffs down the stretch missing a lot of free throws. That was an incredibly competitive game. Zadia Chetz. Reese has going to visit the trainer.
Yep. And he puts that in. There's Reese. We won't speculate at all. Ware came in relief for her. Kiana Williams calls her own number finally. There's a 3 from Kiana Williams. What can she not do?
Oh, and this is how Stanford just wears you out. They have people who can shoot the ball. They spread the floor. They share the ball, so they find open shooters, and they knock them down.
How about the 27 points from Kiana Williams versus USC earlier this year? Nice output. Ari McDonald taking a look to see what's around. Finishes.
And that's why creating turnovers by Arizona is so important. Get Ari out in the open floor and let her do her thing.
Yep, 6 Stanford turnovers resulting in Arizona 8 points. Wilson. Oh, they're killing him with a long ball. Just starting to rack them up. 4 of 6 Stanford is from deep.
But Stanford's just not standing around shooting threes. They're moving without the basketball. They're setting each other up. The floor is spaced, and they're making Arizona work defensively. And then when there's a little bit of a slip up, they take advantage.
In addition, on the other side, Mary, look how crowded that paint is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something that any of us are used to right now because we don't go anywhere that's crowded. Basketball can still feel a sense of crowd when they go in the paint.
Way to make it universal, Mary. Way to have the audience understand the feeling.
Well, if you're in a crowd now, you're
freaked out.
uncomfortable and looking around, and you're giving people your worst look, like, get off me, get away. But in basketball, a crowd in the paint is not good for the offense and much better for the defense.
McDonald at the line again.
Pennington enters the game for Arizona as Adia Barnes searches for a combination that can get it going on the offensive end.
So right now, who she has on there is Pellington, as you point out, Yaney, McDonald, Ware, and Thomas. Loose ball. Stanford comes up with it. Sam Thomas on Haley Jones. Puts it over to Kiana Williams, and no second chance for Stanford on that one. Pellington. And again, Brechtel right on top of her. Here's another chance for Arizona, but
again, 2 challenges inside, and you just come away with no clean looks. And mismatch. McDonald trying to guard Haley Jones, and Jones is like, come on now, let me post up. Backbreaker.
Brechtel again.
And you're like, are you kidding me? Brechtel has not really, we haven't seen the best of Ashton Brechtel yet this season, but here she goes in a big game, knocking down threes, really being a presence down low defensively.
We should mention Hannah Jump also on the floor for Stanford. First action we're seeing from her. Pellington.
Better decision, but a better decision, Anne-Marie. Take the pull up from 12, from 13, instead of going into the mess.
Into the trees. Ari McDonald picking the pocket.
Yeah, don't have a dribble experience with Ari around. It's just not gonna go well for you.
From 4 feet to the floor, that's Ari's.
Stay away. Yeah. Just get rid of it. Go somewhere else.
Ari McDonald, wow, quick release, no good. Brechtel, rebound.
I could just feel Kiana Williams, just the timing of that, right?
Right. Hannah Jump just looking at it. Kiana's like, and I go now.
Right.
Yaney ball off the foot of an Arizona player, I believe.
Subs both ways.
Brink and Lacey Hull back in. Meanwhile, Puello on the floor.
And Adia Barnes,
Kate Reese.
Yeah, she'd love to get Puello going. A terrific three-point shooter.
Kate Reese also after a visit with the trainer back on the floor. She's got Cameron Brink to worry about. Haley Jones turns around. Look at Sam Thomas.
That's exactly right. Look at Sam Thomas. Just talk about being up for the challenge. Say, all right, Haley, what you got down here? And she just stays strong, doesn't foul.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Haley Jones with Thomas again. Not fouling her. Great work by Sam Thomas. Puello with Lacey Hull in front of her.
Last year, we didn't go very many possessions without seeing Erin McDonald on the floor. So this year, able to get a little more rest than she has in the past.
There were many games where she played all full 40. She's averaging 31 minutes per game this year. Kiana Williams. Frenzy trying to keep up with her. Shot clock down at 10 now. Lacey Hull into Cameron Brink, cuts underneath. Cameron Brink, now shot clock at 5. Second opportunity, no good. Bounces off of Sam Thomas, 3. And Stanford's gonna get a 4th. And all of them come up empty.
Arizona survives that possession. So come back and get 2 back, get 3 back. Make your push before halftime. Play your best basketball right now.
Nobody's been hitting them. Both teams 0 for their last 6 shots. Jones on the way up. Cuello is going to pick up her second foul. Stanford holding on to that, 19% from the floor.
Well, they haven't scored a point in 4 minutes. The drought in the first quarter as well. But again, you're down 14, you're down 15. This game is definitely within reach, but just out of sync on the offensive end. You don't feel any flow. You don't feel like they've really established what they want to do yet.
Jones quietly knocks down 2 more. Ball back in the hands of Ari McDonald.
One of the things that's challenging for Ari McDonald in a game like this is Stanford can put so many different people on her. Lacey Hall, Lexi Hall, Anna Wilson, Kiana Williams. And she just gets different looks. They all know what her tendencies are, and they're just, that's the focus. Don't let Ari McDonald be Ari McDonald.
Anna Wilson on her. Lacey Hall was on her normal road to pick that foul. Shot clock is at 8. Kate Reese denied by Jones. Strong pass inside to Belibi. Wildcats all around. Belibi gets it back out. Hannah Jump, take it. There you go.
Happy New Year, Hannah Jump. Exactly right. She has been so committed to getting herself into the best shape of her life. She's transformed herself, so she's not a defensive liability. You can put her out there. She plays both ends of the floor very well.
Ari McDonald going to take a few by herself, it looks like there, and hits the front of the iron. Stanford 19-point lead.
Nice defense there by Pellington. A transfer from Oklahoma by way of Canada.
McDonald, long shot, no good. Stanford's put together another big run, another 8-0 run. Getting the foul there.
And the problem for Arizona is they've got to find a way to get themselves out of this, because Stanford is not going to cut you any slack. They're not going to give you any breaks. They're going to keep coming at you in waves.
Putting in some more size, Samaje Smith and Ware coming in for Arizona. Two minutes remaining in the first half. And coming up at the half, the State Farm halftime report. Ashley Adamson in studio. We'll talk about highlights, of course. And then the new coach here at Arizona, new football coach, Jed Fish. And Davis Mills, the Stanford quarterback, player for the NFL draft. And of course, Mary and I will have first half highlights and stats. That's all the State Farm halftime report.
Nadia Barnes had so many good things to say about the new football coach here for Arizona,
including that his daughters and he follow the women's basketball team. She's got another fan in town.
Reminds you of Stanford and David Shaw, who we always see at Maples when you're allowed to go to games at Maples.
When there are games at Maples.
Thank you very much.
Kiana Williams steps back.
I think it's safe to say that Stanford looks like the #1 team in the country.
Yeah, Mary, I was asking you this before the game, talking about the training that was missed throughout the summer and missed throughout the spring, where teams traditionally get better. What do you think is the key to Stanford looking so well-oiled? I mean, they've been on the road this whole time, too, as we've talked about. There's a lot of factors.
Well, they've got great leadership in that senior class, and I think you really saw that on the day at UOP in Stockton when Tara, achieved such a huge honor when she overtook Pat Summitt for the all-time leader in wins. And you saw those seniors and what they meant to this team. This is a fun team, an enthusiastic team. And in the year of COVID, or years with 2020 into 2021, you need a team that is upbeat and positive and energetic of their own personality, not waiting around for somebody else to do that for them.
And they've been resilient as well as flexible. Brennan Van Dykenbeek in for Stanford. She did not play at UCLA.
I mean, one of the all-time upbeat people at Stanford was Chiney Aglumake, and when Kiana Williams showed up, she was little Chiney. That is who Kiana Williams is.
Yep. Pellington. Nothing's fallen for her, just one shot, 1 for 8.
And Nadia Barnes in Arizona has a lot to talk about at halftime on both ends. They've got to find a way to slow Stanford down on the offensive end, to just shorten up those offensive possessions, because they're just getting worn out with the movement as Haley Jones drives and draws contact. And on the offensive end, to share the ball, move the ball, and just get yourself going with some open shots.
Haley Jones continuing perfect from the free throw line. And they have 2 assists, Arizona does, in this game. To Stanford's 7. They've only got 6 makes. When you're talking about sharing the ball, moving the ball, they're not going super deep into the shot clock often. Ari McDonald, no question she was going to try to take this. Somebody out of rotation ends up passing the ball to Tara Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Ari McDonald, 2 for 12 so far in the ball game, 1 of 4 from 3. And they just need to eat some oranges, clear this game out of their head, and just come back and play like the number 6th ranked team in the country.
Well, Stanford will do it. A 24-point lead at the half. It's Stanford or Prechtel or Haley Jones or Beliebe, any of them.
Ari McDonald has 8 points, but 2 of 12 from the floor, and just Sam Thomas shot the ball well, 2 of 5 from 3, but they need a lot more scoring. They need everybody to get involved.
See what the energy looks like. First shot is up and in from Yaney. Good start for the Wildcats.
It really was. She found a gap and she took it decisively. And before that, Arizona was 1 of 12. Backdoor cut, Stanford being Stanford.
Beliebe to Jones.
That was one area, Colorado, in that close game. They did a great job of going backdoor.
Oh. Ari McDonald got a handful of Jones right on top of that ball.
Fran Beliebe. The cut from high to low on a diagonal by Haley. And a nice pass from Fran Beliebe. Again, a year ago, we wouldn't have seen that. So far in this game, we see Fran put the ball on the floor, attack, nice turn and face. She's been kicking it out nicely. We haven't seen a dunk, but that's almost like, fireworks on New Year's Eve. It's just a little added extra.
There's still time. Jones, Alexi Hull underneath. Sam Thomas disrupted it. Turnover, can they convert with it? Beliebe with the foul.
See, here's the thing for me. I think you got to pull up and just take the 12-footer there. Take what the defense gives you. You get to the foul line here, yes, but you keep forcing it into the bigs. Take it right there. Some nice verticality by Fran Beliebe.
Verticality. I like it.
Volleyball.
Not really.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, there we go. The other thing, though, Mary, is Yaney at the free throw line. She's a 54% free throw shooter, hasn't gotten a lot of shots from there. So, to your point, pull up. She's 1 of 2. I can make it a volleyball term if you want. If they ever play that sport.
I just
again.
never wanted the serve to come to me. That just frightened me so badly. It's just so hard.
You need Lauren Ware.
That's when I was like, basketball's my game. I can't do that.
Here she goes, Beliebe underneath. Draws Kate Reese into that foul.
I mean, the rip through from right to left, quick step puts the ball on the floor going left, and the explosive step. And when you think that Fran Believe started playing basketball in 2015, you think it must be a typo.
Yeah. It's just 5 years ago. Great touch, Believe. I mean, the way that she ignited excitement around, not even just the women's game, but certainly in the women's game. People taking notice of her this year with that first dunk. You and Kate Scott were on that call.
It sure was fun. And it was really interesting knowing by half court that that's what was going to happen.
Yeah. First time in, I think it was 7 years.
Baptiste with the bucket. Ware and Believe doing the bump.
And Wilson looking for it, and there's Ware.
It's a nice job by Ware. Got up over the top, was physical with Believe.
Coming inside again. It is still congested in the paint.
Tough matchup for Lacey Hull inside on Ware.
There's a shot from the baseline, no good.
So important when there's a switch out and you can take advantage to clear some space and get it to your big inside.
Haley Jones denied. Wow. That's Bendu Yaney with that block. And rewarded on the other side, McDonald bucket. Nice work from Bendu Yaney.
So what's the point? All defense, creating offense, and that's the lifeblood of Arizona. McDonald down.
Sliding around Sam Thomas. Dodgeball.
She looked like a middle linebacker.
And there's a block by Thomas. Arizona aggressive coming out of the gates.
I love the smile by Sam Thomas. The block, absolutely, and then let's go. And she does such a beautiful job of showing and then ripping and finding gaps.
Oh, beautiful. But that shot clock. Lexi and Lacey had a plan, but didn't have a grasp on the time.
You could see McDonald try to lower the shoulder and create some contact with Brink. It's just important for McDonald to just stay composed. You can't get it all back. I mean, you're playing with better energy, still down 20. It's just got to be 2-3, a 6-0 run, an 8-2 run. Just take some little bites.
Cameron Brink hitting the floor. Eyes on Lauren Ware. But the foul is actually on Trinity Baptiste of Arizona.
The physicality is great to start this quarter by Arizona. You just wish you had had some of that to begin the game. And then, are you kidding me, from the deep corner?
From the deep corner with two Wildcats clawing at her.
Lexi Hull.
Sam Thomas stops. Takes one, no good. Lauren Ware goes up, gets Cameron Brink to foul her. Oh, that's actually Lexi Hull who fouled her, excuse me.
Lauren Ware and her development this year, as this year continues, this ball game is going to mean just big development from her. Think about 18 minutes a game so far this season, shooting 51% from the floor. 6 rebounds, 7 points, and a block in 18 minutes. I mean, when her numbers start going up, the minutes start going up, her production just keeps getting better.
She just hit both of those. Gonna get a little bit of rest. Lexi Hull on the run. And is able to get fouled on her way in.
It's It's a great story that Tara told us this week about Lacey and Lexi Hall. She had put them both on a team and then most of the rest of the starters on another team. And that team, just so competitive, was up big as they were playing in practice this week. That what sets them apart from so many is how the twins are so competitive. And I love the line about being mad at their mom, why she didn't have triplets.
Yeah, she said, I'm still mad at mom. I mean, the competitive Hall twins, and you can really see it on defense, right? You can see it on some of these plays, the aggression. Lacey was injured earlier this year. Inside, great pass to Ware, unable to finish. Cameron Brink going to make sure there's no second opportunity.
That's really the problem with digging such a big hole against a team of Stanford's ability is it just takes such an effort, one, to just get yourself back in the ball game.
Sam Thomas. I mean, the shooting has not been kind to Arizona this entire game. They're 22% from the floor, 9-41. Hall from the corner, no good. Here goes Ari McDonald and Lexi Hall to get out of my way. Well, actually, they made the extra pass, but there was a lot happening with no result in that possession.
McDonald's just and foul on Jones.
You can appreciate the intention, but as you said, it's clear to the bucket.
One to go. Hey, 2 shots right for the period.
Yeah, when you're trying to just claw your way back in, every opportunity to score is huge.
Stanford, everywhere you look, there's an opportunity. Everyone, this one in to Believy.
Great timing on that cut, little step up, seal, get it, just take the air out of the ball, drop step bucket.
Adia Barnes called this game a measuring stick for her team.
Fran Believy showing you a great example.
Playing like it. Mary, they have appeared nearly flawless.
They really have, and their defense has created so much offense as you see the coaching staff for Arizona trying to figure it out. We, of course, are in the desert in Tucson, and it feels like the desert as far as offense goes for Arizona. They just, the scoring droughts, you know, there's so many in every quarter. They just have not been able to consistently get anything going.
Yeah, currently another 0 for 6. They haven't scored for 3.5 minutes for Arizona, but it's been one after the other. And on the other side, Stanford like that. Just another rebound for them, another opportunity. They're winning the rebound battle 37-20. And yet, they'll get another chance yet again.
Again, the unselfishness. Fran Believy is 8 feet from the bucket, 5 feet from the bucket, turns, sees Cameron Brink's long arm and says, all right, here you go. Every great team needs to be unselfish. Sam Thomas.
Seems like a while ago that we saw the Wildcats start this game off hitting 1 3 after another. Sam Thomas was a part of that.
Sam Thomas, 3 of 7 from distance. The first Wildcat in double figures.
And Believy. I mean, you couldn't fit anything through that hole. She ducks under. Finish.
She's doing such a better job using that pivot foot and just being efficient in a small amount of space.
Cameron Brink staying out with it defensively. It's an and one. Brink with the foul.
Nice kick out, hard ball fake. Brink takes it all the way. Nice job fending it off, handling the contact.
Number 23, Bendu Yaney at the line, shooting one.
Yaney at the stripe. Try to make it a three-point play.
Started a career at Indiana, started 69 games for the Hoosiers.
Nice conversion for her there. Yaney's visit to Arizona last year was when this team beat Stanford.
That'll help convince you with that huge crowd, almost 9,000 folks here at McHale.
That's a good one to see. She's going to jump. Shot clock is at 4. Wilson, does she see it? She does. Comes up a little short. Shot goes off, and here's a fresh clock for Stanford. Don't you just feel good when Kiana Williams is at the point, just looking at everybody? It's all under control. Shot clock is at 5. No good. Are they going to get another chance?
But you know what, one of the keys for Stanford is the ball doesn't have to be in her hands all the time. They've got other people that can handle. Their posts can pass. They get everybody involved. So there's not this world of pressure. And certainly when Haley Jones went out last year, played the first 18, got hurt at Oregon State, a lot more pressure on Kiana to handle the ball so much more. And we didn't see the best of Kiana because of that. And you look at how improved Anna Wilson is. You have Hannah back. You have Haley back, and this, from a ball handling, decision-making team, vastly improved from a year ago.
Believe you 1 of 2. Of Cameron Brink. She's aggressive right on Kate Reese's shoulder for that. Possession arrow goes to Stanford.
Now, Arizona comes into this game 6-0, 5-0 in Pac-12 play. And for just, for every team, you're still in your preseason. A year ago, they started 10-0 in the preseason. It really got them primed and ready to head into Pac-12 play. And this is a team clearly has a lot to continue to work on and improve upon. But they're just being sort of taken apart by an outstanding Stanford team. And they're going to have a second shot at them later in the year if everybody can stay healthy.
Well, for Arizona, they're going to be playing the Oregons soon. They've got a big game against Oregon. Of course, if Oregon State gets playing again. Look at a lot of data out of this game.
Yes, data. Sometimes players don't like to look at all that data.
But coaches like data,
They do
not?
like data.
Reese goes down hard, shaking out her arm. Fouls on Anna Wilson. Her third. Kate Reese goes to the line. Her first time at the stripe today. Reese has just 2 points. You see Lacey Hull come into the game.
And the job at the free throw line, 10 of 16 by Arizona, really typifies what's going on for them. They haven't really even caught a rhythm at the free throw line.
Nowhere. When you look at any of it, not in rebounding and shooting in any way. Ari McDonald, the only player with double-figure scoring for Arizona. Arizona possession on that jump ball.
Lacey Hull smiling on the floor.
Samaje Smith in, putting on some more length for Arizona.
Pueo on the floor for Arizona.
Pueo over to Pellington. This time she stays away for the bucket.
I love the mid-range jumper.
Right?
It's been there a lot, and they just haven't taken it. They've taken 1 dribble more, 2 dribbles more, and it's just gotten them into deep trouble.
Yep. Beautiful pass over to Belibi.
It's all about the timing, isn't it?
Yep.
Wait, wait, patience, go.
Well, that's where they look just like a well-oiled machine. Stanford, crisp in the rotations when you see some other teams where you can see a little work to be done. This is the final few seconds of the third quarter. Yaney takes a shot, and it's good. And again, to your point, Mary, nobody driving into the paint.
Much more comfortable shots for Arizona the last couple of possessions. You got it to 20. Nice crossover by Wilson.
And then Hannah jump. No good. Last second. The heave is no good. Still remains a 20-point lead for the Stanford Cardinal. A more aggressive quarter from Arizona.
And then you just dive and show for the ball. Just tremendous minutes by Fran Belibi.
Misconnection as Kiana Williams tries to find Lexi Hull. Let's see what kind of energy Arizona comes out with now in the fourth quarter. It's tough. You're down 20. We saw kind of an energetic team after halftime. They've got work to do. They're going to welcome Cal in here on Sunday. For those of you wondering about the Cal game, Cal versus Arizona State was delayed today, but it will be played at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 5:30 Pacific Time. Today, you can find it on your Pac-12 family of networks or the Pac-12 app.
Yeah, the app is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, nice cut by Ware. Beautiful pass.
Oh, and then crunched between Hull and Frechtel. A little bit of a drought for Stanford for a moment, if you could even call it that, but
Reese with the rebound.
Ari McDonald trying to find a way.
But the problem for Ari McDonald in this ball game, you get by one, and then there's like, another one and another one and another one. The attention to detail, the help, the support, the focus on where Ari is going. So if I'm guarding Ari, I'm just not concerned. I do my best, but if she gets by me, there's help behind me.
Sam Thomas coming in, adds a real defensive effort. Also, those threes that she was hitting, but I've loved watching her eyes defensively today, Sam Thomas.
Well, she's made 3 threes in this game, but overall, it just 4 of 16 from 3 for U of A.
Yep. And it feels like those 4 were all very early, save one. There was one from Sam Thomas, I think, in the third quarter. Everything else was like in the first 6 shots.
You're right. 1 of 4 in the third.
Yep. There goes Haley Jones. Pass over to Lacey Hull in. Belibi. Kate Reese. Great work by Kate Reese defensively, no foul. Cuello. That's what you mentioned earlier, Adia Barnes would like to see get going. Cuello can get hot. Hasn't happened today.
Cuello, the sophomore, she really is a dynamic scorer. She just has to aggressively run the floor, really want the ball, and get some shots up, because she could be a difference maker for Arizona.
For Kate Reese, that's her 4th foul. Haley Jones just keeps making it happen. She's about to have a double-double. She's got 12 points, 9 rebounds. And 7 of 7 from the free throw line is Haley Jones today.
Nothing better than a player that makes a team pay. So if you're going to foul me, I'm going to make you pay for that.
Sam Thomas.
Again, take the mid-range jumper. Three's not there, layup's not there. Get into that gap. Even Steph Curry said, okay, I'll do the mid-range if that's what you're giving me.
If it's good enough for Steph.
How balanced is Stanford? Oh, only 2 players in double figures.
Yeah. I'm looking at that, and 8 of 10 have scored.
It's got to be Cami Etheridge and the job that she is doing up in Pullman, sitting in 4th place right now in the conference. I think they were picked 12th. I mean, just doing the job. Watch them play a couple of games. Great balance inside to outside, sharing the ball, incredible enthusiasm. They don't care who they're playing. They're just getting out and getting after it. They're fun to watch.
How'd you like to go into Pullman to play them now? I mean, you saw they beat Oregon State. And any team going into Pullman right now has to be hyper aware of what Cami Etheridge is building there.
Well, I think in the past you just said, oh, and then Washington State, and now you better get ready because they're going to come after you. Sitting in conference at 3-1, and of course, 3 undefeated teams in conference play: Arizona, Oregon, and Stanford coming into today's ball games.
Cameron Brink reaching around Ware, drawing Ware into that foul.
It's going to be fun to watch these 2 freshmen continue on over the next couple of years.
Second team foul. On the floor for Stanford, number 3 on the well side. For the Cardinal, number 22.
We're talking about Ware as a volleyball player. I got to figure out whether Cameron Brink was a volleyball player, because that is a volleyball body with those long arms. Specifically, no joke, we're talking about blocking. When she's coming up over somebody right now, you can just see those arms extend, long body with long arms.
Well, she played varsity volleyball as a freshman in 2016 and led her team to the Oregon Class 6A state championship.
Well, very nice.
Some numbers for you.
Thank you.
Was an all-state volleyball tournament first team. So, yeah, she can do that too.
I think that Kevin Hambley, the head coach of the national champion Stanford women's volleyball team, is probably saying, yes, yes.
A repeat
probably
of
wanted a duel.
some Kristen Focal repeat.
Oh, right. Well, they're allowing it here at Arizona with Ware. Dave Rubio and Adia Barnes agreeing to let Ware play both. Sam Thomas having a day. Things have not gone well for the Wildcats, but Sam Thomas has found a stroke.
4 of 9 from distance, 5 for 11 in the game, 5 rebounds. Sam Thomas, very solid ball game.
Yep, and some great defense in there too.
One of the most just well-rounded, upbeat, personable. We're all going to be working for her later in life. Sam Thomas.
I love hearing Adia Barnes talk about her, all the things that Sam Thomas is doing here at the school, making PSAs and talking to students.
Well, she's the co-president of Arizona Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and that has been a very important committee with COVID and all the accommodations and everything that these student athletes are having to deal with. Sam Thomas just 9 points away from 1,000 career points. Always a great thing to accomplish.
Well, we might be able to see that on Sunday here against the Cal Bears. That Cal-Arizona State game getting underway now. Mary McDonald from the strike.
Some full court pressure.
Where? Another foul.
I like it by Arizona. Let's throw a different look. Let's see if we can make something happen. Stanford does a nice job of attacking, getting the ball ahead, and then attack the bucket.
Stanford not wasting any opportunities. You talked about Arizona's free throw shooting for Stanford, 20 of 23, 87% as a team. That's a team that came into the shooting in the high 60s in the free throw percentage. So the one thing that they weren't superior at, they're playing perfectly today.
Well, and Lexi Hall, 11 points, 1 field goal, 11 points, but 8 for 8 from the free throw line and made a 3. So that's a huge contribution in a game that maybe your offense isn't really going for you. That's making a difference without having it be the best day ever.
Yep. The Stanford defense not allowing anything. They keep trying to get inside.
So you could see Lexi Hall just keeping her stance. Just move, go wherever you want. And then once she gets beat, there's help inside. And where's the help? Brink is just there saying, all right, if you want me next in the line, there's nowhere to go.
Well, here we go. Stanford on the move yet again, setting up, and everywhere you look, there's weapons. Just waiting for it. Who's going to cut? Who's going to go powerfully to it?
It's so important defensively when you play Stanford to communicate. Are you switching? Are you not switching? Are you going high? Are you going low? What are you doing on the screen?
Haley Jones picks that up, puts it in, and the lead gets extended, 22.
Again, Haley Jones shooting just 4 for 11 in this ball game, but 16 points and 9 rebounds.
You know, UCLA, as they were scouting Stanford, Tony Noonan talking about Haley Jones, it said, hey, look, if you want to know where to go on the rebound, just go where Haley Jones is.
It's a nice Christmas present.
Isn't that lovely? Look how delighted Kate was to have her cousins introducing her. Everybody gets 2 words.
Having 3 kids, you know,
Yeah.
limiting children is difficult.
Less words. Cameron Brink, slow to get up, but just fine at the free throw line after that foul.
Well, you talked about it a little bit, Anne-Marie, but 22 of 25 from the free throw line. Stanford, as Brink will sit. Got a couple of ice bags out.
Aaron McDonald. It's that one fly, no good, but Trinity Baptiste with a rebound. Haven't said her name a whole bunch today. Pellington.
It's a tough shot.
Good floor collision. Everybody okay?
Haley's tough to steal the ball from at midcourt because she pounds it so hard, and she's got great length and size. So if you try to come in low at her, I mean, she can just kind of fend you off.
Haley Jones with a double-double today, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Just doing a great job. Well, a highly anticipated matchup, but Stanford apparently was anticipating it as well, and they came out strong. Mary, what do you think was the key to Stanford's success in this game?
Defense, I think they did an outstanding job. It's something that Adia Barnes talked to us during the week, and that is they're so tuned into the scout. They know exactly what your tendencies. So whatever you're going to do, whatever Arizona was going to do, they had to do it better than Stanford defended, and that just didn't happen.
For Arizona, they're welcoming in the Cal Bears on Sunday. It's the Cal team that's playing right now. They're looking for their first conference win. But for Arizona, thinking about themselves, what do they need to do better on Sunday?
I just think they have to play better together on both ends of the floor and come out with a fire starting right after this game and really look in the mirror. What do I need to do better? What does our team need to do better? And come to practice tomorrow ready to go. And don't be afraid of the truth.
There you go. Another run, by the way, for Stanford. An 8-0 run. There's been run after run after run in this game. Mary, as a coach at every level, when you shoot 15 for 59, 15 for 60, as Arizona did today, what do you say to your team? What do you say to yourself as a player about that? How much time do you spend really thinking about that?
Well, I just think it's about, we know we're a better team than this. And you're going to get another shot at Stanford. A year ago when they beat Stanford, that was the only meeting of the season. So, you know, Stanford probably had a little payback on their mind today when they came into the arena. They've been here all week. They've been working towards this day, working towards this game.
And on one hand, Stanford's been on the road. On the other hand, they have been distraction-free, laser-focused. There is nothing else to do.
Think about basketball.
Right.
School will start next week for Stanford, so they'll have a lot more to think about.
But they have, during this entire time on the road, not been in school, because school ended before Thanksgiving, and the whole road trip since then has been all free of school, and you would think basketball. At least it appears that way.
Into the game for Stanford for the first time, Agnes Emma Nopu from Australia.
Manu Malaunga also in for Arizona for the first time. There's Pellington hitting the shot. Also Jenna Van Geitenbeek out of Greenwood Village, Colorado, Cherry Creek player.
But important minutes for everybody coming off the bench for Stanford. You want to impress your coach and your coaching staff. You want to just beautiful high-low. Prechtel, I thought she was impressive in the first half. Yep. Jerome, a former starter. Tara has a ton of confidence in her. And for Adia Barnes, you just want to see the last minute 23. Let's just keep playing hard.
Mara Mote going to get the chance to come in and contribute for Arizona. First time we've seen her, 5'11" guard out of Latvia. That was one of the things that was really hard last year when COVID hit. It was everybody just kind of ripped out. Mote got in the day before her country closed into Latvia. I mean, there was just no real punctuation on the end of a terrific season last year for Arizona. They were going to host the first couple rounds of the NCAAs here. Be back in the tournament for the first time in a long time. It was a rough way to end a terrific season. Pellington at the line. Coming up next, USC and number 8 Oregon tip-off in Eugene. More Pac-12 Women's New Year's Day coverage. And you can keep it right here on Pac-12 Network, or you can download and stream live wherever you might be with Pac-12 Now. Hannah jump. Beautiful.
Just not a lot of weaknesses on this Stanford team. The bench is so strong. They've got great height. They're athletic. They push tempo. They run their sets beautifully. They spread the floor. They knock down threes.
Nice shot by Ware.
I am really looking forward to seeing Lauren Ware over the course of this season.
Well, this top 10 matchup in Pac-12 women's basketball. Alyssa Jerome's shot is up. Pellington on her way. Stanford will head down the 10 and face Arizona State on Sunday, while Arizona welcomes in the Cal Bears.
Yeah, the season-long road trip for Stanford continues. The Hall of Fame coach.
For those wondering, Pac-12 Bay Area is where you can catch that Cal ASU game. Pac-12 Network will go to the studio. Give you more big picture women's basketball. Final seconds, and Stanford leaves no doubt about it. The #1 team in the nation, dominating in this matchup.
Absolutely dominating on both ends of the floor. Tremendous defensive